2018 Mercedes-Benz E-Class Cabriolet revealed, gains elegance, space, and style. The latest Benz convertible is a real beauty. Some pundits have said the convertible segment is dying. Mercedes-Benz thinks otherwise. Why else would it launch yet another open-top model? With the new E-Class Cabriolet, the lineup now features a remarkable 6 convertibles, the C, E, and S Class, including a Maybach derivative, the SLC Class, the SL Class, and the AMG GT Roadster. And that's not counting the zany Mercedes Maybach G650 Landaulet, because only 99 will be built, none of which are destined for US sale. The new E-Class convertible, making its debut next week at the Geneva Auto Show, is arguably the most beautiful. The shoulder line, which takes the expression of a crease in the C and S Class, is artfully integrated on the E-Class, with no sharp radii. The taillights are slim and horizontal. Even with the optional AMG line styling package, the car looks subdued and elegant, although the standard trim looks better in our opinion. This convertible benefits from the generous size of its new platform. Compared with its predecessor, the car is 5.0 inches longer and 2.9 inches wider and rides on a 4.4-inch longer wheelbase. The rear seats are more spacious than before. They also offer available heaters. In a way, this is the first real E-Class convertible since the W124 of the early and mid-1990s. That car was replaced by the CLK, which had far more in common with the smaller C-Class. The outgoing E-Class Coupe and Cabriolet continued that approach, sharing their track and wheelbase dimensions with the C. The new model, like the new 2018 E-Class Coupe, is based on the E-Class sedan, the real. And that certainly helps to differentiate it from the C-Class Cabriolet. Perhaps the only unfortunate part is that there's no V8 in the E-Class lineup, except for the Mercedes-AMG E63 that won't be offered as a cabriolet. US buyers get a 329 horsepower twin-turbocharged 3.0-liter V6, sold under the E400 moniker. Down the road, there might be a 3.0-liter inline-6 boosted by an electric supercharger and a turbocharger, offering more than 400 horsepower and marketed as the AMG E50. But such a model is still some way off. For now, the E400 is it. Its twin-turbo V6 is paired with a 9-speed automatic. All-wheel drive, you guessed it, is optional. The E-Class convertible's power-operated fabric top is heavily padded, has interior roof lighting, and comes in 4 colors: red, black, dark blue, and dark brown. The windshield frame is finished in polished or matte aluminum, depending on the trim. Judging from our prototype ride, it will be virtually impossible to tell the cabriolet from a coupe from the inside when the top is up. When it's down, an exercise that takes just 20 seconds and can be performed at speeds up to 30 miles per hour, the available air scarf system, which blows warm air around the necks of the front passengers, combines with Mercedes AirCap, a turbulence-reducing wing that rises from the windshield header, to create a less drafty environment in chilly weather. Just one example of the Mercedes attention to detail, an optional version of the windshield wipers, carrying the somewhat unfortunate name Magic Vision Control, features specific programming for the convertible. When the top is lowered, windshield washer fluid is dispensed chiefly while the wipers are moving downward, so the occupants don't get sprayed. Of course, the convertible will offer all the regular E-Class sedan features, including the available digital instrument cluster, air suspension, and adaptive cruise control with steering assist. Pricing hasn't been announced, as the car won't reach dealers until late 2017. We expect, however, that the E400 Cabriolet will sticker in the mid-$60,000 range, positioned between BMW's 4 Series and 6 Series convertibles and close to the Audi S5 Cabriolet.
I'm left behind, obeyed the line, but always a gone. You fool me at the bottom line, I lie afraid. Are we in the same place? Falling. I'll be the wake-up call, I'll be the siren. It's nothing personal, but don't try to fight it. I'm left behind, obeyed the lies, but always a goal. You fool me at the bottom line, I lie afraid. Are we in the same place? Falling. I'll be the wake-up call, I'll be the siren. It's nothing personal, but don't try to fight it. I should have known, I would have known. I didn't know the answers. Break it down, fade it out. I'm calling on a broken telephone. I should have known, I would have known. I didn't know the answers. Break it down, fade it out. I'm calling on a broken telephone.
(2018) Mercedes-Benz E-Class Coupe lover, not a fighter. Mercedes-Benz's current product range is immense. With no fewer than 13 distinct Mercedes-Benz model lines in the US alone for 2017, ranging from diminutive roadsters to giant SUVs, to say nothing of the Maybach and AMG spin-offs, there's no premium automobile customer Mercedes won't attempt to woo. Among them a traditional luxury coupe bias, a small but influential group that has proved valuable to Benz for decades. Of late, Mercedes-Benz has tripled down on two doors, offering coupe versions of its primary C, E, and S-Class car lines. Mercedes clearly appreciates these customers, who should, in turn, appreciate the 2018 E-Class Coupe. Class E. As we stated when Mercedes-Benz unveiled the new E-Coupe, the car is considerably larger than its predecessor. The new W213 generation E-Class platform has grown 4.4 inches between the axles, 4.8 inches in length, 2.9 inches in width, and 1.5 inches in height, thus placing the new midsize two-door neatly between the C and S-Class coupes. Compared with the E-Class sedan, it is 1.5 inches lower on a 2.6-inch shorter wheelbase. It also now has a real presence. Despite the new E-Coupe sharing most of its styling DNA with those other Benz two doors, design chief Gordon Widgener desired to simplify the aesthetic, resulting in the removal of the upper contour line found on nearly every other Mercedes. While some aesthetes, including your author, feared this might cheapen the car's look, we needn't have fretted. Other new elements have added substance back in, including the broad and rather shovel-like front apron, the long, straight hood, and the super sleek windshield that visually connects with the standard panoramic sunroof. The arcing roofline and the lack of a B-pillar remain hallmarks of the E-Class coupe, as does the loathsome sliver of rear side glass mucking up what we wish was a full-length opening as on the S-Class coupe. But that piece of glass was a necessary evil as designers sought to reduce the thickness of the C-pillars, a key contributor to the car's breezy elegance. The result is a delicate greenhouse set atop a substantial yet clean lower body, an artful balance of visual strength and lightness that only a windswept two-door like this could pull off. So we'll deal with the piece of glass. A lover, not a fighter. Unlike its two-door brand brethren and the E-Class sedan, the E-Coupe is offered in only one potency, badged E400, with a twin-turbocharged 3.0-litre V6 tuned to provide a respectable 329 horsepower and 354 pounds-to-feet of torque. Mated to Mercedes' ubiquitous 9-speed automatic and a choice of rear or all-wheel drive, the engine proves plenty capable of motivating the car, but we find little inspiration in its character. There's no joy to be found in the upper reaches of the rev range, only a muzzled growl. The shift response of the 9-speed, even in sport mode, is more silken than snappy. That said, Mercedes claims that the all-wheel drive car can accelerate to 60 miles per hour in 5.2 seconds. We expect to beat that by a tenth or two. The E400 coupe is not at its best being driven hard, but when treated less aggressively it feels strident and robust. It suits the character of the car, while we expect those hankering for a little more sizzle will be served by an eventual AMG-tuned E50 coupe powered by its new turbocharged inline-6, called M256 internally, a power plant that Mercedes has said will produce in excess of 400 horsepower and 369 pounds-to-feet of torque. But that'll be as burly as this car gets, as we've already been told that an E63 coupe will not happen. The powertrain may be chill, but the chassis certainly is capable. For US buyers, coil springs with driver-adjustable dampers will come standard, but the car we drove had the optional air body control air springs, which only amplify the plush dynamic quality by minimizing body motions and ironing out much of the road's texture. Our car also was an Edition 1 model wearing 20-inch AMG wheels, Biley rubber, and cross-drilled brake rotors. The aggressive wheel and tire combo, which won't be offered in America in a size this large, and pneumatic springs did their job, delivering impressive grip, a planted feel, and precious little squirming or tire squeal, even as benign understeer crept in close to the limit. The Sport and Sport Plus driving modes for the chassis add satisfying weight to the steering and some tactility to the ride, and these combine with the steering's crisp initial turn-in and linear response to allow for easy placement of the car, whether that's while clipping an apex, floating through a corner, or holding the center of a freeway lane. The E400 could use more steering feel, but what it lacks in engagement, it makes up in precision. We'll be interested to see if U.S.spec cars equipped with the base 18-inch or optional 19-inch rolling stock feel different, but we can vouch for this Benz's competency when shod with 20s. Comfort zone found, it's likely that E-Class coupe buyers will be less interested in going quickly as going stylishly and comfortably. And this car has a lot to offer such drivers, starting with size and space. Whereas the C-Class coupe can feel snug, this new W213 coupe, with its extra width, thin roof pillars, and vast expanses of glass, has a definite sense of spaciousness, even when considered alongside the S-Class coupe. The E-Suite dual-screen dashboard looks and functions just as well as it does in a sedan, but certain details, most notably the jet turbine-looking air vents, are specific to the two-door. The coupe also offers a few additional color and trim options, including dressy, light-colored wood accents in high gloss or open-pore finishes. Unfortunately, our car was trimmed with the same stuff found in the E43, which attempts to simultaneously evoke both metal and carbon fiber with little success at either. The black and white front seats in our car, however, looked good and felt even better, incorporating optional massage elements along with adjustable lumbar support and headrests, cooling fans, and heating. All that somehow is packaged within a remarkably thin seatback, too, thus preserving rear seat legroom. Mercedes is proud of the E-Class coupe's rear accommodations, and indeed the space is perhaps the best of any coupe this side of a Rolls-Royce Wraith. Although we didn't spend too many miles riding back there, the rear seat is inviting and spacious, and it can handle real adult humans and their heads, legs, and shoulders. The example we drove used the same high-quality materials as up front, and each of the two seats were heated. As with most Mercedes coupes over the decades, the lovely W114/W115, W123, and W124 editions come to mind. The 2018 E400 coupe is intended to coddle and not cajole, and in that way it is a worthy successor to its ancestors. The coupe market may be shrinking overall, but this car proves the body style remains very much alive at Mercedes-Benz.